We have a very distinguished organizer. She has come here to Washington, D.C. and has given her heart to the community. Has given her heart to the community. Her name is Parisa.
I've heard that the conference was a huge success, so congratulations. My name is Parisa Norouzi, and I'm an American-born Iranian woman, and I have dedicated my life to being as effective of a change agent as I could be. So I've been exploring that for quite a while. My first glimpse at it was, I think, when I first realized that I could make choices to live according to my beliefs, and that took apart what happened at that time when I was 12 years old when I decided to become a vegetarian. But that was just the start of trying to figure out how to contribute my efforts towards justice and peace and creating change in our society. And in 2003, I was fortunate to be able to co-found a nonprofit group in DC called Empower DC with my colleague Linda Leaks, who I think we And what we do at Empower DC is community organizing, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. Can I get a show of hands? Who is actually from DC or this area? Okay, so a fraction. So maybe I can share a little bit more about DC and maybe convince you that DC is a place that you want to support the empowerment of its residents, because every March on Washington took place where? Here. And I think Washingtonians often get overlooked for the contributions that they've made towards every social movement, here and abroad. So things like the King Holiday and anti-apartheid and everything else, we often get overlooked for our role. But Empower DC, the way that we approach organizing is to reach people around the issues that they're directly impacted by. We're a citywide organization, we're membership-based. And we know that the most relevant and effective thing to do is to reach people where they're at and then start to bring people together and maybe start to identify some of the root causes or the links between issues and how this relates to war and oppression and global injustice. Whereas a membership-based organization, our members actually identify the issues that we work on. So we are flexible and able to adapt to what's going on in the community, which I think keeps us very relevant. And right now our issues are affordable housing, tenants' rights, quality affordable child care, including services for children with special needs, and saving public property, which is part of this whole issue of privatization that I'm sure many of you are facing in your communities as well. But really we're about building power. And for us, building power has two main components. The first one is to foster the sense of empowerment within an individual. And often that is really just about assisting somebody with finding their voice, feeling confident in that, dispelling the myth that we can't fight City Hall. Because I wonder who came up with that one, right? That was a very convenient lesson that we were all taught growing up. We were also taught to be good, quiet little girls and boys and go along with the plan and follow the rules. And that was very convenient too, because obviously those rules are benefiting some at the expense of others. So we seek to develop the sense of empowerment by providing information, providing a nurturing environment in which people can learn about how the city government works, how to testify, practice those skills for the first time. And then we seek to build collective power by bringing groups of people together to address issues of common concern. And of course, we all recognize that we need to be banded together in order to have the kind of political power or influence that we need to have around the policies and decisions that are impacting our lives. And I just wanted to convey to you that I think Washington, D.C., you all know that we're not a state. We're often, not yet. We're often referred to as the last colony. And that has had very harmful and detrimental impacts on Washingtonians. However, on the other side of things, this is a very strategic